Hello fitness freaks, I'm Paulo Bricado and today we're going to do a little chat about alcohol and fitness and just have a casual chat about some practical advice on how you can manage the two, because it's common knowledge that alcohol is frowned upon in the fitness and even the testosterone replacement therapy communities because of all the negative or downside and negative effects that it has on the body. But let's be realistic, there are a lot of us out there that love to drink, and you can preach till you're blue in the face about how you shouldn't drink alcohol, but nobody's going to listen to that. So rather than do that, I think it's best that we take some practical advice and we see what we can do to make sure that we do as little damage as possible when we're drinking alcohol, and we understand what it's doing to us. And actually, I've been meaning to do this video for a while, but I was on YouTube the other day and I saw a video, as you can see on the screen over here, I've got it open, between Alan Aragon, who is a kind of nutrition and fitness researcher and advisor, and him between, he had an interview with one of these sort of YouTube bros like myself called Omar Isaf, and they were talking about, alcohol and fitness in general. So I'll leave a link to this video in the description below if you want to watch it yourself. But I just want to talk about some of the main points that they covered and add one or two of my own, because I think it's a good topic to cover for those of us that do like to drink now and then, or even binge drink. So let's get right to it. So the main thing that I got from their discussion was that there were two main cons to drinking, right? And I'm talking about just in terms of fitness and weightlifting. I mean, there's obviously a load of other health negatives that come with drinking, but I'm talking specifically about fitness now. So the first part that we all probably know about, the first negative regarding drinking, is that it comes with additional calories, right? All that booze you're putting into your body is adding extra calories to your daily intake. And we all know that if you have extra calories that you don't use, that's likely going to turn to fat. But the other bad part about drinking lots of alcohol is that alcohol kind of takes priority when your body is metabolizing or processing foods. So let's say you eat a meal and then you drink tons of alcohol. Your body will actually switch to processing the alcohol first. And that puts the fat burning process on hold until that alcohol is processed, and then it goes back to processing the rest of the foods, which is not a great thing, right? The second factor, or the second downside that comes with drinking, especially with regards to fitness, is what they like to call the fuck it factor. And that's what happens when you're drinking, you're feeling great, and you're pissed and you see food or you want to eat something, and you're so drunk you kind of don't have control, or you lose self-control, and you just be like, fuck it, I'm going to eat this, or fuck it, I'm going to get some takeaways, or fuck it, I'm just going to eat this whole tub of whatever this good thing is that you have in front of you. So that's obviously another downside, because not only are you getting the additional calories from alcohol, but then you're eating a ton of extra food that you probably shouldn't be eating, and that's adding even more calories. And that's obviously not good for people who are trying to get into shape and watch what they eat and manage it properly. Now, the third con or negative that I want to add about drinking here that they didn't bring up, but that I think is critical to fitness, especially for guys, is the fact that alcohol can lower your testosterone and increase estrogen, right? And that is critical because you want to have as optimal levels of testosterone as possible when you're working out and when you're training and things like that. And for a lot of guys, who have low testosterone, you want to naturally optimize your T levels as much as possible. And drinking really can sabotage your T levels. So that's one area that you really want to be kind of wary and aware of when you're drinking. Okay, so let's move on to how you can, we know about the cons now. We wanted to figure out, how you can drink responsibly without it having too much impact or damage on your fitness and on your body. So their recommendation, or Alan's recommendation, was that you drink maximum 1 to 2 drinks a night if you're the kind of person that likes to drink every day, alcoholic, all right? Or if you're like me, and you don't drink every day, but every now and then, maybe every once a week or once every 2 or 3 weeks, you like to drink, and that usually ends in a binge. His recommendation is you don't do that more than once a week. So 1 to 2 times per day if you drink every day, or if you're a binge drinker, then once a week maybe twice a week, they say, but I think once is pushing it. If you drink as hard as I do when you binge, then I mean, that's already going to do damage. You don't want to do it more than once per week. So that's the recommendations they give. Then he also said don't drink the day before lifts, which kind of makes sense. You know, you don't want to kind of be tired. You're going to have shitty sleep if you drink the night before you go lifting. You're probably going to be hungover, you're going to be dehydrated, and that's not optimal if you want to hit the gym and do some exercise. And then another thing you can do is, if you are going to drink, right, what I like to do is I like to plan my drinking and kind of mitigate it and do it responsibly. And how you do that is you kind of fit the alcohol into your macros or your calories for that day. So if I know I'm going to be drinking, and let's say I'm expecting to, you know, spend 500 or 1,000 calories on alcohol, then what I will likely do is I will fast for that day, for the first half of the day, and then eat like a high protein diet. And then, you know, just before I go out, make sure I've eaten something, and then you get the rest of your calories from alcohol. And usually that's best to come from carbs and fat. So before you go out, you have a high protein diet, and then you get the rest of your calories, which would normally come from carbs or fats, from alcohol. And that's a good way to kind of mitigate the effect. So at the end of the day, your calories are still going to be the same, and you'll have a high level of protein, you know, to kind of keep you going and to keep you feeling full and take away that hunger pang. And then your carbs and fats will kind of come from the alcohol, which will replace that. And you do kind of you keep your calories in check, and you can make sure that you don't do anything, you know, too severe that's going to cause you to put on weight because you've had excess calories. Now, yeah, and the other thing I want to say is also just be mindful about when you are going to drink. Be aware, you know, don't get kind of pulled in and sucked in, and you do it where it's totally out of your control. If you are going to drink, try and kind of plan for it, like we said earlier, and then when you do it, have fun and enjoy it. Don't feel too guilty about it. A lot of people beat themselves up. Shit, you know, I was planning not to drink and then I drank, whatever. Try to stay away from that guilt, because guilt can also lead you to kind of binge or, you know, guilt eat, you know, especially for women, but guys do it as well. Or, you know, the next day you're like, you know, I shouldn't have drank, and then maybe you're like, fuck it, you know, I'll just, you know, eat junk food today and then start again with my diet or my program next week or on Monday. And you don't want to get that mindset. You want to be aware of what you're doing. You want to do it guilt-free. You want to plan for it and make sure that it does little damage as possible. And then you sort it. And then it's, you know, that's the best approach. You can have the best of both worlds without doing too much damage to your fitness progress. And yeah, I think that's it. I think we all know that alcohol is not ideal, but if you do it responsibly, it's very possible to still keep it in your fitness and your sort of diet without doing too much damage. And yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. I would like to hear your opinions and feedback about what you think about alcohol, especially in fitness. There's obviously a lot of opinions out there, and I'd like to hear yours. So just leave a comment in the comment section below. And thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.